let's talk about the biggest news of 2019. Now, this is the one that changes, everything. That the one that everybody was talking about. There's a couple obvious ones here. So, Mitch, what did you pick for the biggest news of 2019?
Um, it's a hard one. I think I kind of have to just go for the Phase 4
Hmm.
announcement because we knew nothing about that before. Like, yes,
Yep.
you kind of knew about Black Widow and Eternals, but outside of that, you didn't really know what and where they were going. Like, we still, even now, kind of don't really know where they're going. But
Yep.
it's like the fact that for once, they held back and just let that mystery ride until long after Endgame came out.
Yeah, the fact we literally had no idea after Endgame what was coming.
Mm.
Like it's, I told a
But at the
story on
same
an old
time,
podcast. It's like people were literally like, "Oh, it's the end." Okay, huh?
yeah, and but at the same time, I kind of want to say Patterson as Batman,
Yeah.
like because that was huge.
Oh God, yeah.
I even sat there and like when it comes to Pattinson, like one of our friends who watches comic book stuff but not like as religiously as we do, she's even super excited about him being Batman. And she's like, I don't care for Batman, but I want to see him as Batman.
Yeah.
So it's like that is huge news because that can actually help redefine the direction again where DC can go.
Oh yeah.
Like Shazam definitely did that. And then Aquaman and all of those films
Hmm.
sat there and was like, look, we can add color. And now Pattinson coming in and where they're taking that is a totally
I
new
mean,
good
they're
direction.
literally they got Matt Reeves. If you've seen his Apes movies, like the dude is, yeah, it's hard to say one of the best directors of the last decade or so, but he really has. Like, well, I remember when they announced, "Oh, we're making Planet of the Apes prequels," everybody laughed at it, and then you watch those movies, you're like, "Oh my God!" Like, he made this thing relevant. Like, it's truly something that I can't wait to see. And yeah, I think Pattinson kind of is there as well. That was in my top picks as well. Obviously there was the whole Sony debacle. Had it not been worked out,
True,
I think that would have
true.
won. But since they worked it out for one more film, it's like all right, that kind of fell to the
I say I
wayside.
kind of forgot about that because we got him back like a month later, so that
Exactly.
whole entire month would just disappeared from my head.
Yep.
Just repressed memory.
I mean, the other good one, people, if you pick it, obviously it would make sense. But when we really think about like Marvel as a entity and Disney going forward, they officially bought Fox this year. But again, that's been in discussion for
Yeah.
2 years, so it kind of falls to the wayside. My biggest one that ended up winning is kind of to go off of yours, Mitch. You said Phase 4. My solo pick is Blade. I mean,
Yeah, that was pretty big. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I expected a Phase 4 announcement. We all did. But the fact that they brought out an Oscar award winning actor,
Yep.
and then they're like, oh yeah, he's Blade, and Blade's getting the movie. It's like, it's dude, it blindsided me. And, I'm like a Blade fanatic, so to me, it kind of brings it this full circle of when I first fell in love with comic book movies was Blade 1. Like watching that, I was like, oh wow, like so these are Marvel movies, huh? Like that was kind of big. So it's like I don't know, Blade to me was kind of the standout this year. Like when I just think of big news this year, I'm like, yep, Blade. That was it for me. Shay, what did you what do you think?
It has to definitely go to like where we're going in the future, announcing the next few years of everything Marvel. Even DC looks like they're getting off on like a really good foot when it comes to them and their new streaming services. So just all of the comic book in general news coming out is just making it so the fact that us nerds are having much more to be excited about and in broad spectrums too, because you sit there and you stop and think we talk so much about Marvel and DC, but there's so many other things now thanks to their films doing so well that are going to be coming down in the future. So just the success of both of those
So pretty much
companies.
all the big announcements.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Say all of the new, all of 2019.
I'll
All
accept
of
that as well.
2019.
Because I mean, when we reached, let's say, like 2009, if you just take a decade back and you're looking at the future of comic book movies, you're like, well, there's apparently a Thor film in development, and X-Men are, I don't know, and I guess
rebooting again,
right? And like, oh, there's another Spider-Man, probably. Like, like, and now you're like, bro, we're getting like 9 movies a year. Like, what a decade it's been. You know, it's.
Also, I'm excited for all the attractions. Like that, the fact that within a year they were able to make and build Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Well, that was a pretty big announcement too. You know,
they announced it. They built the first phase of it. Like, just it is amazing time for us nerds to continue and broaden.
So, yeah.
Also, an honorable mention just before you go off. Okay, I'm going to do this. Marvel TV closing down.
Yeah. No, that's depressing.
We were just literally talking about that in the car.
Is it depressing though? Is it depressing? Because it's giving you what everyone wants.
Well, the thing is we actually literally were just talking about it when we watched the last episode of Runaways. It honestly broke my heart watching it. It's like, yes, it ended in a good way, but because of the fact that we're now no longer getting something different, like, yes, I explained it to this like this to Armin. We're getting something different because we are getting like horror aspects and that, but we're getting MCU quality, which, yes, I love that, but I also just loved how down to earth we had Runaways and Cloak and Dagger and those shows.
I think it's what you're trying to say is you like different voices contributing to the bigger picture, and I'm kind of like that as well. That's how I feel about it. Like, Marvel TV, to me, it's like I'm forever gonna miss it because it was different people, not just Kevin Feige telling everybody how to do one thing or another. And I trust he's going to be able to handle Marvel TV, the new iteration coming down the road, in a great way. But it's like the fact that all these shows just kind of ended, which I loved Cloak and Dagger, loved Runaways, you know, Daredevil and all that. And I know the Netflix stuff wasn't him. That was all Netflix. But it's like, what a rise and fall of Marvel TV in 7 years it's been, you know? Like, it's crazy.
And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like, yes, we knew that they kind of needed to finally end, but the Ghost Rider series now not coming, and the last season of Runaways literally was like, oh, we can tell where everything was going in the future, and then they were like, nah.
Yeah.
Bye.
I'm going to say it for Sean, because I know he'll be screaming at this. Just because it's gone, in the sense that he had it, doesn't necessarily mean it's the last you're ever going to see.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Like, I was telling
Daredevil is going to come back.
Oh, guaranteed.
I can guarantee
with the same people.
Netflix stuff, but I have, like, just this really inkling feeling that we're done with the Runaways and
so here's the like it's going to be a cherry pick situation.
Yeah,
obviously they're not going to take everything one for one. Like you might get Cloak and Dagger in the same way, you might not. But the last of the characters, no, not at all.
Like I was telling Shay, it's like I could see like after Fantastic Four happens, they do I don't know, maybe a Disney Plus Future Foundation show, right, or something along those lines. And they're like, oh, there's a very smart scientist here. It's Professor Chase. And it's, Chase from Runaways or something. He's like a guy building stuff. Yeah. Like, I could see things like that where you bring in these characters and you don't have to explain everything, but we know as more hardcore fans who they are. I think in that way they're going to use some of them. But it's like, I'm just bummed that we went from this heyday of Marvel TV where it was like, oh, man, there's so much. And now it's just like, oh, it's all just going to Disney Plus. And it's like, oh, man, It was pretty big news. Like, it was shocking that it's all ending, but I'm hopeful for the future, but it's going to be certainly different, It's
like a bittersweet future.
Yeah,
It's the future that everyone wants. Like, everyone wanted the crossovers, you're now going to get the crossovers.
Yeah,
it's kind of more what it's for, not like, yes, they're wiping the slate clean of it, but, just because they cancelled Ghost Rider before doesn't mean they're still not working on Ghost Rider.
Right, exactly. I mean, yeah, that'll happen. So, that's... our picks for biggest news of the week or the year, really.
Yeah.
So,
So biggest news of the week, there was none.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, nothing.
There.